Okay, guys, I'm often asked about my warm-up routine, and my warm-up routine is constantly changing. But what I wanted to share with you today is the one exercise I think I would choose maybe above all other exercises if I had to choose just one. And I'm going to show it to you in a few different ways. First, kind of the entry level, and then I'll show you a more complicated one that I use when I warm up before a performance or before a recording and I don't have a lot of time. So the exercise is just a chromatic scale, but the way it works is like this. I play in this kind of way where I'm zigzagging back and forth up and down the chromatic scale. So I'm going to walk you through this one, and then like I said, I'm going to show you a variety of ways to play it so that you can do it at more of a beginner level, intermediate, and advanced level. So the first thing I think is just to get your right hand alternation going. And I'll play rest strokes, and I'm going to play index and middle and just get that rolling. But what I want you to try to do is think of this as a triplet exercise. So we have groups of 3 notes, and the first note is going to be accented. Now, because we're alternating 2 fingers, you're going to have an accent on I am, I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. And so that's the first thing, is just to get the right hand running that way and to do this kind of accent. Let's try it together. Here we go. I am, I am, I am, I am. Now in the left hand, you're going to be playing a chromatic scale just on the first string, and you're really playing from first position. You play the first string and then to the open, first fret to the open, then 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Let's try that one more time. So starting on the first finger, 1, open, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Now what happens next is the next note's going to be with the second finger in 4th position, like this. So we go. So we come up with the second finger, we play 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Then we're in 7th position, but again, we're starting on the second finger. 2, 1. 10th position, starting with the second finger again. And then 13th position, starting with the second finger. And then, see, one of the reasons I think this is one of the best exercises is that we're going to use it to cover the entire range of the instrument. And although we don't play up here a lot, it's good to have a sense of mastery over the total resources of the instrument. And playing in the higher positions requires a little bit more contraction of the hand, a little bit more tiptoeing and more precision. And so it translates into maybe a greater awareness and more general sort of sensitivity to where you are close to the fret. You know, the frets are wider here, they're very narrow here. And so the hand is adapting and you're becoming a little bit more, I think aware, just aware of what you're doing. Because if you go into like a default mode, you'll find yourself buzzing and stuff. So it's not just about knowing the full register of the instrument and all of the notes, but it's about, as an awareness exercise, left hand cleanliness. It's very good. So what do we have then? We have this first position, 4th position, 7th position, 10th position, 13th position, and then 16th position. And we get all the way up to the high B. Your guitar might have more frets than mine, but my guitar goes up to high B. So that's the first level of the exercise. It's to learn. I'm playing free strokes now. learn this exercise. And then come down. Now you'll hear that I'm clicking a bit. What I'm doing is I'm playing slightly detached. I'm playing slightly a staccato because I know when I play faster, I'm gonna need to get to the string quickly. So at the slower tempo, it feels a little bit short, a little bit, as I said, staccato and detached, but I'm intentionally doing that. I'm bringing the finger, right hand finger to the string, and that does make a little noise. You can do that with the rest stroke as well. But this is going to help you build speed later. Now, there's another reason why I think this is probably a candidate for like the greatest classical guitar exercise. It's because it helps you practice shifting. And shifting this way in particular is harder because you're lifting the weight of the arm up. This way you're kind of dropping the weight. It's a little easier. But when we shift from this top part, we have got to be quick and we got to shift to the pinky, and that's very tricky. So the shifting, the fact that it includes the shifting is really powerful. Okay, so if you're feeling good about that, you should practice that on all the strings, and you should practice it with the basic, all of the basic 2-finger combinations. You could practice I, M, A, and then I, A. That would be a good start. You could even do with the thumb, like P, I, P, I, P, I, or P, M, P, M, P, M, P, M. All the different 2-finger combinations just to get coordination going. Now, I said that I was going to show you one level up, a harder thing, and this is actually how I usually practice the exercise. So what I'll do is I'll start it on the low string like this, and then I'll come up, so I'll go across the guitar this way, and I'll come up the first string and back down. Then I'll go up the guitar this way, and I'll come up the second string and back down, all the way to the top of the second string, then the third string, etc. But it's this part that gets a little tricky, because what happens is you're going to have some awkward string crossings, okay? This is what I mean. This is what's going to happen. If you start on the F with your index, I, this one, I'm crossing over MI from the 6th to the 5th string. Can you try this with me? Try to play the 6th string with the middle finger, the 5th string with the index. That's what I consider an awkward crossing. A better crossing is, playing the way that it conforms to the hand. So you play index on the 6th string and then middle on the 5th string. But we can't always avoid these in guitar playing. So we want to become sort of equally capable of playing both types of string crossings. And that's why this is a great exercise, and that's why it's a little more difficult. So if I walked through this slowly, going all the way up to the first string, maybe I'll go from this note F all the way to this note G sharp. And I'll just, in my mind, I'll actually say it out loud now. I'll say I, M, the first note of each triplet, so that I'm saying and playing the same thing. Like I'm in alignment with myself. So check this out. We go I, course, I would practice this with a metronome because the tendency for all of us is, as we're especially playing some kind of slow ascent like this, we're probably going to speed up. And I think I was speeding up a little bit, but I'm just demonstrating. I think it's good to even play to a drum machine, so you have like a drum beat, not just a metronome. Okay, now one more level. I'm going to add one more thing. And I was saying earlier, this is what I actually practice. Well, this is what it is. And follow me on this because it's a little weird, a little convoluted, but it's great for the coordination between the hands. So what I'll do is play the exercise as I described, up and down the strings. I'll go up different strings. Try to play basically every note on my guitar with this chromatic pattern. But check this out. I'm gonna map the right hand in two different ways. Index, middle, ring, middle is the first way. So we're playing triplets, but this is like a four note or four finger pattern mapped against a triplet. So let me show you slowly what this looks like. I am A M I am A M I am A M, and I still, this is where it gets weird or difficult, I still try to accent the triplet. So your accents would be I am A M I. So the accent is shifting, and again, it's a coordination, kind of a mental coordination, physical coordination challenge, but it's a great warm-up because you're going to be using all your fingers probably when you're playing, right? Although we don't have the thumb in here yet. So check this out. I am A M I am, etc. Ba da 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 dum. Now, if you play that exercise all over the guitar for 3 to 5 minutes on a metronome, you're going to get a great warm-up. And I practice both free stroke and rest stroke, and I try to play with a lot of projection. You can also play with dynamics. If you're playing the more basic form of the exercise, you might just do something like this. Yeah, right? You create like dynamic little rainbows of varying lengths and things. Do things that create some excitement. You know, it's hard to put technique and excitement into the same sentence sometimes, but for me, you know, it's create a musical gesture with this exercise. Start at the level that you feel comfortable at, and then if you feel comfortable doing that full exercise that I showed, the last thing I showed you with mapping the four fingers against the triplets with the accents, if you can build to that, then eventually you can just directly go there and get a great warm-up, like I said, in 3 to 5 minutes of playing like that. If you're interested in group lessons, I'm running lessons on Patreon, and I'll put a link in the description. We have, I think, 8 or 9 people signed up at this point. We've had some really productive sessions, and we'd love to have you there. That's great for engagement and just, you know, kind of a back and forth, like we really can't do in real time on YouTube. Another thing I have on offer is my course, wayoftheguitar.com, which now has 8 separate modules, 1 on the Segovia scales, 1 on the Brouwer etudes 1 through 5, and then I've got 6 courses on fretboard harmony that are integrated and work together. And it's a great system for understanding music on the instrument. It'll help you improvise and also understand classical works because you have such a thorough grounding in harmony. And as always, check out my Amazon books, my Amazon author page. I've got a bunch of fretboard harmony books on there. And I'm also available for private lessons. So reach out to me if you're interested in getting together on Zoom on a one-on-one. Thanks for checking out the video. See you next time.